Okay, so I was going over Twitter, doom scrolling as one is wont to do, and I came across the following article. Trump amends 60-minute lawsuit and demands 20 billion. And this is just my normie take. I'm not a political analyst. I don't have great takes on everything, but this is my personal opinion on this particular lawsuit and why it matters. One, the CBS broadcasting is a legacy media organization, as everybody's well aware of. And I mean, I remember watching 60 Minutes when I was a kid, right? Why? Because my parents watched it, right? We had people like Mike Wallace and uh, Barbara Walters, and really, legends in the broadcasting space who were on 60 Minutes, who did some really good investigative journalism and really good pieces on 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes used to be a really good watch back in the day. No, not so much. So um, it's fallen a lot, right? Uh, you don't have a lot of reason to want to watch it, in my opinion. Like I said, just a normie out. I don't really watch legacy media anyway, for a number of reasons. Now, this is particularly interesting because, in my opinion, the FCC is looking into this as well. So if you read here, the amended complaint comes 2 days after Federal Communications Commission took the unusual steps of releasing raw transcripts and the unedited video of the 60 Minutes interview session with Harris. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, appointed by Trump, this week opened a separate inquiry into alleged news distortion at CBS following a complaint filed last fall by the conservative nonprofit Center for American Rights. This is pretty big, right? What this means, now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm not I'm not, like I said, a lawyer or anything like that. But what this means to me, an absolute neophyte normie guy, is if this FCC inquiry revokes the broadcast license for CBS, which is one of the oldest broadcasters on the airways, that's monumental in a number of reasons. One, it's a legacy media that would truly be dead. Okay, CBS, you no longer have the rights to broadcast news. Okay, what are you going to do with the studios and all the? Nope, sorry, can't do it. All you can do is maybe license out your shows to another network. I mean, okay, I get that. I guess that could be a thing. I don't know for sure, but the license could go to somebody else. I don't know. Take your pick of conservative outlets, Daily Wire. You could have the Daily Wire broadcast their stuff on the airways, akin to what CBS does now. Or it could go to something like Blaze Media with Glenn Beck and company. It could go to Joe Rogan. It could go to, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of that's the kind of shockwaves that I believe. I don't know if that could happen, but I think it could. Um, that would be pretty cool, in my opinion, to have some legacy media absolutely completely die. Now, this is compounded by a number of factors. One, it's a $20 billion claim against the network, and CBS is owned by Paramount. Excuse me, is owned by Paramount, and Paramount is trying to merge with Skydance, and Skydance is well, I don't know much about Skydance, but I do know that Paramount is and has been sinking and drowning in debt for a long time, right? Flop after flop in the movie industry, just absolute, just bleh. They've not been doing very good at anything, right? Um, so the fact that they are being sold merged with Skydance, and you have a $20 billion judgment against them. I mean, are you kidding me? That would they're already insolvent and can barely make movies as it is, merging with Skydance, and they've got like billions more with the judgment hanging over them. What? So it's pretty dire for CBS to say the least. Um, Now this is all hinging on the fact that a judge rules against them, which is guess it could happen. But one thing they've steered away from Trump and his team is the First Amendment grounds, which I think is a smart move. First Amendment, I'm a First Amendment absolutist, right? You can call me whatever you want, don't care, right? That is your right as an American to call me whatever you want, right? I will, I can be offended or I can't, but it is on First Amendment is pretty important, right? So the fact that they're steering away from that, instead leaning on contributions in kind or deceptive editing and not unbiased reporting is pretty big, right? That's really big, um, in my opinion. Again, like I said, just a normie, don't really know much um, about it. So I I think this is probably, if the porter, that's still a buttload of money that could absolutely sink the network in its entirety. And if the FCC pulls the license, that that's pretty big, right? That could be, I don't know. I just, it would be weird just to turn on the TV and not see CBS, which is what this would mean. You wouldn't see CBS on your list of like Channel 8 or Channel 5, whatever. It wouldn't be CBS anymore. It would be something else or not there at all. So that's pretty big. So that's my take on it. This is a pretty monumental thing as far as legacy media goes, right? This is one of the death knells for legacy media. Right? If this lawsuit actually goes through, like I said, even if it's only 5%, if it's only a quarter of the actual damages they've requested, 5 billion instead of 20, that's a lot, and that could spell the end, especially if they couple that with the complaint from the FCC, right? That would be pulling the broadcast license. CBS is done. CBS is good. Forget it. Uh, wow, wild, wild, crazy. Anyway, that's. I just thought that was interesting, so I thought I'd share. You can like it or subscribe if you want to. I will do random videos here and there. Let me know if there's anything you think is interesting. I can give you my absolute neophyte normie take on it, and that's it. That's all. There is no more. Have a good day.